Hi guys, welcome back to another P3D version 5 video. We are today flying the TFDI 717 with a blue 1 livery, and we are flying from Arlanda to Östersund airport. So we're doing a domestic Swedish flight, and we are recreating this flight that I was able to find from the summer of 2014 with this exact aircraft, OHBLG, which is the one we have over here. And this flight was from Stockholm to Östersund, so we are immersing ourselves into that flight. Pretty cool that Flight Sim Dispatch has these blue 1 flights. I guess in this technically it was Scandinavian Airlines, but it was operated by Blue 1. And they were a SAS group company back then, so it makes sense. One thing to remember though is that this airline is no longer in existence. It was, well, it ceased operations in 2016 because it merged into CityJet, but I don't think CityJet, let me actually check, are they still, no, they still seem to fly, but they only have the Bombardier CRJ 900s, which are mainly operated by Scandinavian Airlines. So, okay, technically it is in a way kind of still existing, but the blue 1 as we know it is gone. And that one existed from 1987 to 2016. Was actually based in Helsinki, so that's why we can see the Finnish flag here. And yeah, it was, you know, fairly large, fleet size of 17, 28 destinations, 350 employees, so, you know, pretty solid for, I guess, a sort of regional plus airline, or whatever you want to call it. I guess it flew charter and then regional routes. In terms of its fleet, it seems to have had 717, then it had the ATR-72, the MD-90, the Avro RJ-100, Avro RJ-85, Saab 2000, Fokker F-28, the Saab 340, and what else? The Jetstream 31 and the Embraer 110 Banderante and the Cessna 402. But I guess some of these were flown as Air Botnia, which it used to be known for, or which used to be the name of the company. Let me check actually if the Wikipedia page says when they changed name. It does mention though the alliance. It was a Star Alliance affiliate, regional member from 04 to 09, full member from 09 to 12, and then affiliate member again from, affiliate member from 12 to 15. So regional, full, and affiliate. And it was actually established as Air Botnia, and it was purchased in 1998 by SAS Group and renamed to Blue 1 in January of 04. So yeah, until 2016, 12 years of Blue 1, and with the 717 it flew from 2010 until basically it's the end of its operations. And we are here at the beautiful Orbex Arlanda. Well, maybe not that beautiful anymore. It could really do with some upgrades, but we're not gonna get that in P3D, so we get at least to see into this historic look of the airport, which maybe makes sense since this is the airport that Blue 1 would have operated from, or to, I guess. Yeah, the TFDI 717 is pretty. Not as pretty as this though in the default one. I have a PBR mod for the outside. You can do your own PBR of course if that's what you prefer. I also have a PBR mod for the interior that makes it look a bit better. But even without it, it's a pretty nice looking. I think the artwork on this one is fairly good. I do prefer it. I think it just looks better in the P3D kind of ecosystem compared to, let's say, the MD-11. So even if it's an older add-on that TFDI did earlier, it does look better. And I think it's because they kind of did put a lot of effort into making it ready for P3D, right? And they probably did for the MD-11 as well, but I think there a lot of the focus went for the Microsoft Flight Sim version for obvious reasons, of course. But at least we got this beautiful bird. And we did get the MD-11, of course, and I do enjoy flying it, but it lacks some things like the terrain radar, which this one has. I wish they could have just taken this one and put it in the MD-11. At least then you would have had the capability of having a terrain radar, which is, I guess, kind of important if you're flying in areas you aren't too familiar with. But yeah, very beautiful livery. I do myself create liveries sometimes, but I would never do this one. I mean, look at these lines that you have to create. This must have taken a lot of time. But great work by the creator of this livery. Kudos. And yeah, we have these beautiful red jetways. And I actually figure we can, since we're in Arlanda, we can probably go with an activity level of 100. So let me delete the traffic. And actually, we're gonna go even more. I think I'm gonna close air traffic control, and then I'll start it again. It usually is more successful that way to get the amount of traffic you want. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. We have the ground power already connected here, so that's nice. We can jump inside. But yeah, as you can see, it's a very close relative of the DC-9 and the McDonnell Douglas MD-80 series. And I guess it's only called Boeing because Boeing merged with McDonnell Douglas, or basically took over it. Even though the management from McDonnell Douglas took over Boeing, so I guess it went bit of both ways. But yeah, we can jump in to the beautiful cockpit. I also think the cockpit has, I mean, the MD-11 one also great, but I think this one, I don't know what it is, but it just looks really, really good. It's actually this cockpit that, when I got this plane for FSX, I just kind of realized that, damn, like there's a difference between certain developers. And of course the add-ons, you know, in terms of age, even though this one is a bit old, but you can see kind of, you know, there's been some effort put into this. Of course, could have been better, could have been worse, but yeah, it's pretty good. Here you can see there was a bit of weird PBR. I would not have PBR'd that, but oh well, not too much of an issue. The problem with the PBR is that, you know, if you move your camera, you notice it kind of quickly. But yeah, we can start the batteries, external power, arm that thingamabob, nav, that's enough, so we do nav. We can also do, it was a while since I did this, we can do the start pump just so we have that ready. Nav lights, we don't need logo. We can arm the emergency lights. No smoke, we can keep on, we can wait with the seatbelt sign. We can do the windshield, anti-fog, anti-ice. Just so we have that, and we can put the galley power on. It's not as high fidelity as the MD-11 in terms of failures, etc., but it's still pretty good. Not sure if we have a fire test. Do we have that? Possibly, right? Maybe down here, yeah. I think we're still waiting for the screens though, unless I did forget to start anything. I don't think so. These are on. I think we can put all of that on. I think the screen should come alive soon enough. So let's just wait a bit. But while we wait, we can just quickly load up our aircraft. You do this through a separate add-on designer tool. We're supposed to have 11,100. So we can do 5,600. That should be about 11,200. That's fine. And then in terms of zero fuel weight, we want to be at 86.8. So pretty close to this. Let me actually do it like that. Cross weight of 98. I think this is fine. We can send payload to sim and fuel to the sim, and we should be able to double check unless I'm mistaken, but it should be as easy as pressing fuel and making sure that's correct. And then you can go back to, well, not status, I think. Let me see which one you want to have. Is it engine maybe? Yeah, that's the one we want to have open. And here we can see the fuel. Yeah, let's see if we have any nice viewpoints. We have a couple of ones, not the best. We can use this one, maybe it's gonna be a bit off, but I think it will work for our purposes. We're still waiting for, now we actually have air traffic now, so quite a bit. We have a Bratens A390 maybe, A320, let me see. A320 maybe if it's RGG, yeah, A320. Not sure if these have been updated yet from Star Alliance or, well, this one doesn't seem to have that. So yeah, some are better than others in in terms of updating the fleets with AIG traffic. But we'll make do with this. So the first things first, we can just get the whole boarding process started. Yeah, we can add all that wheel chucks and stuff. And we'll request the boarding. We'll also do the same in Luke Air Tool. It's not a long flight, so we should be fairly quick with getting all of this set up. Assuming, of course, I can get this set up as or appropriately. We'll use SAS, I think, just because there's not going to be Blue 1, unfortunately. We should have the 717 though as available profile, and we do. We only have 81 packs, so it's pretty quick, or it's going to be pretty quick. SAS. We can start that. We can move this. We don't want to board crew. We can start boarding passengers. Check if there's any boarding music, but I doubt it. We can jump back in. And yeah, as you can see, it's not the best. I kind of like the EFB though. I think it's fairly well done. I mean, the only annoying part is like getting these files into it. It's not very intuitive. It's good though in the sense that you can have the shared cockpit. So I'm hoping to do that at some point with a friend. Haven't had time yet. Let's actually try the fire test since we are.
Fire right engine.
Fire left engine. Wait, what is it? Both engines.
Fire. Fire right engine.
Okay, it seems to work at least. So that's good, and I do think we also have, yeah, we have that as well. You can't open this window though, so I guess that's the only thing that's a bit off. But yeah, I like that you can put away the EFB as well. That's thrifty feature to have. Not sure how it's attached here. I guess it's, yeah, you have this thing stuck on the screen, so that makes sense. But yeah, passenger boarding is starting. What we can do is just do our flight plan. And actually before we do that, we should probably connect with pilot ADC. Hopefully we'll have working ADC this time around, but we'll know soon enough. So let's have a look. We're taking off from 19 right, so that's going to be pretty nice because it's going to be here. So it's pretty close to where we are located, which I guess, if I'm not mistaken, is here. Yeah, you can still see it's the red jetways, but they have been rebuilding a lot, like this whole new area. I mean, the basis is still the same, right? But it's just now when you come here for the, or I think in the past, if I remember correctly, here there used to be all the bus stops, and you would drive up here and drop off people. Now you have a drop off point here, so, and I think even for normal packs, or sorry, this is the taxi drop-off point. Here you drive when you're dropping off people. Quite interesting. We are gonna fly 28,000 feet. That seems fine. We are flying res 5G. That seems fine as well. Question is, do we have a good? We have an updated database. That's good. We can close this. What we'll do is validate file, and I flew. My last flight was with China Southern Airlines, so we can change that to Blue 1. We can keep it at Boeing. We'll have to remove the fact that it's... Oh no, I didn't even have heavy, so I forgot to do that. Might have explained why it was a bit off. Do we have Blue 1? No, we do not. So that's a bit of a sad thing, but we're flying for Scandinavian Airlines, so we can use that. Scandinavian. That should do the trick, and we can check. Yeah, we have everything else looking fine. So we can connect to the sim. You can go to flight plan in it. As you can see, very much, like with the whole cockpit, very much similar to the MD-11. I really think it would have been cool to see McDonnell Douglas separate from Boeing and see what they would have come up with, how they would have continued to develop the platform. They really failed with going for 3 engines though. That was
local winds
not
are
smartest
155 at 9 knots. Visibility 6 miles. Sky condition VFR. Temperature 15, dew point 9. Current QNH is 1016. Arriving and departing runway 19
and
right,
we can
19 left.
switch the com. And yeah, here you can see our route. So it's not gonna be too extreme of a route. Yeah, maybe this little turn here and then for landing. It's very beautiful, this whole area of Sweden up here. I really hope to someday buy a house here, but that's gonna be in the far away future. And it's also about a question of time, right? Just having time taking care of all that. But let's see, let's see. One day perhaps. And okay, so we can continue here. We have our alternate, which is gonna be Stockholm actually. And flight number, we're just gonna do the same I always do, 4003. Our cruise level is gonna be 28,000, which is, I guess, makes sense. Cost index 20. Temperature and wind. I'm assuming this is at cruise. But I'm not certain now. It was a while. Can we get this now? We can't get it automatically. Temperature and wind. It's not the ESSA dew point, is it? Let's look at the wind aloft. So at 20 it should be minus 45 with a wind of 10 and a headwind, that is. Something like this, right? But, oh yeah, maybe you can't even put anything here. Let me see. Yeah, I think this one is sadly you can't get you can't fill it in. So yeah, there's some things that unfortunately takes a bit away from this aircraft in terms of its fidelity, but nothing too bad. 868 for the 0 fuel. I think these are automatics. Actually, no. So if these are not automatic, I think you might get them here from status. 27.2. That's, however, not our takeoff. And I'm gonna assume that. Let's just do 28. I wish we could get this automatic, because I have no clue what it is. Let's see if we can see from this one. Does this have any? No, it doesn't say.
You can with your handling agent.
I'm just gonna do the same because I have no other reference point actually.
Move forward. Thanks a lot.
Ballast fuel, center tank, right? Oh, maybe it's just 0. Center, and that's gonna do the trick. And then we can go to flight plan, and let's actually talk to ADC. Scandinavian 4003, ready to copy, IFR clearance.
Scandinavian 4003 is cleared to Echo Sierra November Zulu. Climb via the RESN 5 Golf departure
Yeah,
with
we're
the
gonna get
RESNA
the same.
transition then as filed. Expect departure runway 19
That
right.
works.
Climb to flight level 060 via the departure.
Yeah,
Expect
RESNA
higher clearances 2 minutes
060.
after departure. Malmo
Very
control
standard.
on 118.0. Squawk 5216.
5216.
Scandinavian 4003 is cleared to Echo Sierra November Zulu. Climb via the RESN 5 Golf departure with the RESNA transition then as filed. Climb to flight level 060 via the departure. Expect higher clearances 2 minutes after departure. Malmo control on 118.0.
5216. Yeah, I will put it on just so I don't forget. It's a bit weak though, the displays. So I'm wondering if we can turn them up a bit. Just to make it easier for us to read.
Scandinavian 4003 read back
Yeah,
correct.
that makes sense.
QNH is 1016. Contact Islandar ground on 121.7. When ready for pushback, have a good one.
QNH is
And boarding is still
1016.
ongoing.
Ground on 121.7. Scandinavian 4003.
They're walking a bit too high, but that's fine. Okay, let's make sure we follow our flight plan. So after Resna, we're doing a airway. So we are flying a VIA that is T314 to Deagle. And then from Deagle we're flying the L870 to Oslo. So we can insert that. And then we have our start. We're supposed to land at runway 30. Doesn't seem to have any ILS or similar. Let me look at my EFB. So if we are landing at runway 30, do I have this airport saved? Yes. And Zulu, yes, I do. Okay, so runway 30. There's an ILS for runway 12. VOR for runway 30. Now, how do you know which one is the VOR? Q30? Q30? Maybe that is it. And we're flying the Oslo 6F. We can insert that. This should do the trick, I think. The VOR is going to be 11465. Okay, we can close cabin doors. Yeah, because we have everything. Everything ready. We can remove the cones, the wheel chocks. I'm also going to start the APU.
Hello, confirm parked at GA Sector 1. Raymond 3 Zulu startup approved.
And it should be starting. You can see it here. Sometimes it takes a bit of time, but there we go. We can put the second one on flight plan page, so we have that ready. And then we can go take off. We can use the flex, I think, from the flight plan itself. It does give a recommendation, and we'll just go a bit lower than what they recommend, just to make sure we have a bit of full thrust. We're not gonna do that. We'll do 38 maybe. Does that make sense? And then flap, we'll, I think there's a flap takeoff setting.
214, standby tower, 118.1, Jet attack.
118.1, Jet attack, next is wonderful.
We can go with 10 maybe? Is that good? Probably, hopefully. Let's do 10. Slope and wind, no slope. And since it's wind, let's have a look with pilot, sorry, not pilot ADC, with active sky. 180. I think this should be a format error.
Startup approved, confirm park the GA sector 1.
Let me see, can we even get this? Yeah, okay, so it's headwind. We're gonna have a headwind of 6 actually, so let's put that in. So, sorry, we'll do it like this. 0, headwind, 0, 6. This should, almost worked. Can we get this to work at least? Maybe there is no slope. That's fine, we can live with that.
Whiskey taxi via Alpha Kilo, hold short of runway 28. Alpha Kilo holding short 28.
Format error. Hater. Can you not do this? Yeah, okay, it went. Or it worked. 06. Outside air temperature is 14 degrees Celsius. Yeah, we need to put in the C.
November 474, Charlie Golf, open grid
And thrust limits, takeoff with derated. Do we need to calculate these ourselves, or am I, or maybe it's the slope thing? How are you supposed?
Taxi via Echo 7 and November to stand Bravo 33. Echo 7, stand November, stand number Bravo 33.
I don't remember this being this difficult to achieve actually. Maybe it's something I forgot to init. But I can't believe that would be the case. But we should definitely get some automated, right? I mean, or maybe I just failed with the. Can I maybe clear this one? Okay. Check confirm V speeds.
November Charlie Golf, sector 1 protect.
Okay, can I even do like this?
Alpha Kilo, hold short of runway 28.
Alpha Kilo, hold short of 28.
I actually have no clue, guys. This is a weird one. I'm pretty sure it's the slope thing that they want me to populate, but I have no clue. So I'm just gonna do what I did last time, and then I'll put in some random numbers. And now that one isn't working. Oh, maybe if we do like this.
November Charlie Golf, taxi slow, Linky face to an opposite diamond, joining a taxiway Yankee.
God damn, this is this one is annoying. Does it work with 1.8? Yeah, that worked. 06 format error. What's the format? Oh, this is the format. No? Frustrating, my friends, frustrating.
November Charlie Golf, tank contact ground 121.905.
I had it working and now it's not. Super frustrating. Let's also just put the V speeds though from our flight plan. It's not gonna be perfect, but it's better than nothing. 120, 125, 136.
Hello, good morning, Flight 6 to Lima. Confirm 5 and
There we go.
Thank you. Thank you too.
Okay, that will do the trick, I think. We should have APU running now as well, which we do. Generator can go on. We can open that. I think the rest can stay as is. APU air or the APU bleed can go on. These fuel pumps can all go on. And let me figure out, is there anything else? The beacon light can go on. We can actually disconnect external power and get rid of the EFB with that. And then, okay, let me just put in the Q&A, just 1016 unless I'm mistaken. And we can get rid of the jetway, 1016. Can we hide this? Yeah.
Apron, Eiger 601, hello, vacated runway
1016.
34 on Echo 7.
Eiger 601, open hello, taxi straight ahead on November to stand Bravo 31.
Yeah, that should do it right.
Straight ahead to November, stand
And
Bravo 31, Eiger 601.
central pumps, yeah, these can go off. What was the suggestion for our stab of 2-1? Okay. Stabilizer trim of 2-1. Okay. Let's ask for pushback and get going. Scandinavian 4003, ready for pushback and engine start.
Scandinavian 4003 pushback and engine start approved.
And do we have nice
Pushback
views?
and engine start approved. Scandinavian 4003.
Yeah, pretty good. The only annoying part is that this is some weird color. I think we can fix this though.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Since we do have the outside, I think you can fix so that this is white. It shouldn't be impossible actually, now that I think of it. You just need to find the exact texture that covers that area, and then you should be able to do it. But I'm not going to do it today. I think we can, yeah, here we can put in our, for example, our call sign or our flight number.
Apron, hello, Swiss 9 kilo, vacating into 16.
Locking gear. Okay, are we forgetting anything so far? I don't think so, right? I think we are doing this somewhat correct, I hope. But we'll know soon enough once we start the engines. Yeah, this is looking good. Oh yeah, what views did I have? Okay, only these two. Okay, we can do standard pushback for this gate. Do we have any front view? We almost... Actually, we had that one with the tires. Maybe if we just... We can move this one a bit forward. This is actually a pretty nice view, nevertheless. Actually, I might take our thumbnail from this one. Very artsy. Okay, let's release our parking brakes and hope for the best.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
Okay, all engines clear. We can start at will. That means we'll start with the left engine, because why not? And two values are rising. We have 12, we have 13, we have 14, we have 15. Fuel on. We can't see it's the other engine that's starting. But I just figured this was a pretty cool viewpoint actually. You can see all the things going on here throughout the airport. Very nice, of course, with the GSX, with the guy walking. Okay, the engine is firing up. We can start the safety announcement.
Uniform, the Marshall respect to 1.
Yeah, looking good. Not sure why the rudder is moving that much. But we're not gonna complain. Let's also get rid of that one. We can start the right engine. Ram air. Maybe we can keep that on.
Set parking brakes.
We'll set parking brakes.
Your confirmation. Good engine start.
Okay, we're above 15. Let's introduce fuel. Let's confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
And we can see the engine spooling up there. We can put on TCAS. No, sorry, not TCAS. We want to keep map traffic data. That's what we want to have on. Traffic data, same on the other one. I think we have the immersion package for this one, unless I am totally mistaken. That we do. We have the immersion package.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed.
So that will give us some nice engine smoke and stuff.
Right is clear.
This is how the control thing works with it. And he went straight in there. It's very good sounds, or very good, but it seems to be pretty good sounds as well. So that's nice to see. We can put on the weather radar. Now we'll do weather no, it's on. There we go. Now we can do terrain on the right one. Yeah, we need to get these running. Packs. Auto. We can shut the air. We can get the nose light to taxi. That should be sufficient. PA didn't do anything. We have our generators are on. That's nice. We can turn that off as we turn off the APU generally. So that's good. And we should be ready to go. Let's do our flaps. To flaps 10. Okay, that's going through slats now. That should be 10. Now it goes to 13. Did I dial it wrong? Flat snaps 0. Now we have it on 10. Okay, there we go. Okay, we have that. We can arm the speed brake. We can do a quick check. I think we should have flight controls here. Let me see. Hydraulics, no. Config maybe. Yeah, configuration should show. So we can see that the ailerons are working. Elevators are working. Rudder is working. Not sure what's going on with the with the elevators though, but hopefully that's nothing too weird. We can go back to engine. No smoking. We should have put on the seatbelt signs, but we did do it now.
If you can accept Echo 8, that's fine for me. Otherwise, Echo 9.
Windshield wipers are working. We can just park them.
Taxi to Echo 8 and hold short runway 34.
Everything up here is ready. Doesn't seem like we have APU on, so that's good. We can release parking brake. And we can get ready to move. Oh, not too much though, not too much. Just a little bit of thrust. Oh, sorry, we need to actually... That's KLM, actually. Interesting, I didn't think of that. But of course, there's Sky Team, right? Scandinavian 4003, ready to taxi.
Emirates Quebec Tower 118 still.
Scandinavian 4003 taxi to runway 19 right.
Taxi to runway 19
Okay,
right.
we didn't get any
Scandinavian
specific
4003.
route, so we'll just go. We can select FMS speed, nav, we can arm that, prof, we can arm that. We'll press out of flight once to get the takeoff clamp. And we'll start taxiing, well, maybe a bit slower than this. But yeah, that's a nice livery actually, the Sky Team KLM1. Maybe I need to get that myself. I will taxi so that we end up behind the KLM1. Because our left was, well, technically it was clear, right? But we'll follow that one. Okay, so far so good. I think we can throttle down a bit more. And there we had a nice takeoff by ZAS, SAS. There we have an Air Baltic A220, right? Yeah, looks like it. Sucks that the only version I have is the virtual call one, which is scheisse. It's awful. There's nothing good with it, unfortunately. Ah, that's nice. It looks like they're landing on the other runway, so that's nice. AK. Nice in the sense that we won't have to wait for anyone else. Or we'll have to wait maybe for the KLM one to take off, but that's about it. In terms of weather, it looks good. Nothing to report. At the airport we're going to, it looks to be clear skies. So it should be fine. Okay, I'm gonna add a bit more thrust. It's going a bit slow. And is that popular? Yeah, taking off. Oh no, actually it is landing here. God damn it. I thought it was landing on the other one, but I was being too hopeful. I guess technically though, in Arlanda they do sometimes land the same one, right? I mean, it's not unheard of, but usually at least I guess they would use the other one, but oh well, doesn't really matter. Okay, we are catching up with the KLM one. It's probably gonna be second in line after that one has landed. Now let's have a look. Trying to stay on the center line. Not going that well. Yeah, we can brake a bit. We're going a tad bit fast. Do we have anyone behind us? No one. God, using these kind of tilted camera views make me feel like a true artist. Is that the Ryanair maybe? Yeah, look at that, Ryanair KLM. Who's gonna win this fight? Is KLM waiting for Ryanair, or is it gonna go? Ryanair is coming in. I must say, it looks really good in P3D when they are landing. I wish X-Plane could get a similar, I mean, it could look a bit better maybe on the touchdown, but hell, it does look better than in X-Plane, that's for sure. And look at that, you could even see the thrust reversers, spoilers deployed, etc. And there we have an Airbus. A lot of traffic here today. FedEx, CMEX. Well, I guess it helps having 100%. Is that AGN? No, Lufthansa, right? That must be Lufthansa. It has really helped removing those static... Oh, this is good if you want a taxi, right? Can we get taxiing with... Okay, not too much, not too much. Stay on the center line. And you can see now when we're braking, right? Pushing. Oh. What's going on here? No, 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 no. Did this activate? Ah.
Scandinavian 4003 contact Arlanda Tower on 118.5.
Okay, guys, we'll have to be
118.5.
tactical about this.
Scandinavian 4003.
Spoilers.
Now the question is though, why did it activate? Oh, it's because I went to auto flight. My own fault. Okay, just to not kill off all my fuel, I'm gonna fill this up a bit. But yeah, that was a bit funny. Or actually, is it going a bit too crazy that? I don't think my, let me see, I think I have a FSU IPC profile that I'm not using. Let's do profile specific. I'll just double check, because I feel like this one is a tad bit...
Lining up and waiting 80 left after the 8 for example.
Maybe it is supposed to be like this. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it just feels like it's... Maybe I need to... I'm sorry, Sus. But we were actually here first. Can you know, stop? I need to have a look actually. Can you calibrate the settings? No, not here. On this thing. The funny part is I was gonna do a video with this one. I think another time and I had the same problem. But I can't remember how I fixed that. Yeah, because they're way too sensitive. So wait, I'm just gonna pause quickly and fix that, so I'll be right back. And we are back. I finally managed to do it. I had to calibrate it myself, but it should work now, so let's see. Scandinavian 4003, ready for takeoff. Let's see how this
Scandinavian
goes.
4003 winds are 155 at 9 knots.
I had to put in like a
Runway
crazy
19 right
slope,
cleared for takeoff,
but it should be working now.
Runway 19 right cleared for takeoff, squawking 5216 Scandinavian 4003.
Good, good, good. It wouldn't surprise me though if there is like a specific throttle calibration thing that I have totally forgotten to do. Wouldn't be the first time. That's the thing when you have a bunch of add-ons. I had to reinstall this because this one is the aircraft I have the most kind of licensing issues with in terms of that. Basically, every time I put in my hard drive to, you know, move stuff or something, suddenly it won't work anymore. So it's super frustrating. But okay, we got cleared for takeoff, so that's good. We only had one one little hurdle there with the throttles, but apart from that, it's looking good. SAS waited its turn, and we need to take off before that aircraft. So let's do it. Nav armed. All of this is armed. I think we can get going. Okay, let's see. I think that should work. Should get it to the takeoff flex position. We are taking off. That one is gonna have to go around though. Let's use our rudder to stay on the center line. I am sorry, Airbus. We're a little too late. V1. Rotate. Oh. Yeah, I had to do a go around. I was a bit too slow there. Okay, getting that gear up. And we're gonna pitch up a bit. Can go to flap 0 already, I think. Oh, did I forget to press? Nah, we have that.
Scandinavian 4003 slow to 250 knots or less.
Yeah,
Wilco,
why aren't
Scandinavian
you
4003.
shutting down? No, sorry. slowing down.
Scandinavian 4003 contact Malmo control on 118.0.
Yeah, we are taking off like a
Control on
rocket here.
118.0. Scandinavian 4003.
Well, that's good. Getting our speed to a more reasonable state. Okay, now it's starting to change. That's
Control
good.
Scandinavian 4003. Climbing to flight level 060.
Not sure about the
Scandinavian
flight model though. It feels a
4003,
bit
good
light,
morning.
but maybe that's just me being overly sensitive.
Skydraw 6 November Romeo, hello, fair contact.
But yeah, it doesn't feel like the best flight model. It feels a bit twitchy. Is that stabilizer motion? Did we miss that? Maybe we did. But okay, we were able to take off. So far so good. But yeah, it feels super twitchy, this flight model. I don't remember it, but it's been a long time since I flew this the last time. Do we have any nice viewpoints? This was okay. No really great ones, unfortunately. Okay, we can fix that after we've been able to stabilize
Scandinavian
here.
4003 climb and maintain flight level 120.
It's definitely a lot of fly-by-wire aircraft.
Climb and maintain flight level 120. Scandinavian 4003.
1, 2. We can put this up all the way to 28,000, because that's what we're gonna get.
Scandinavian 4003 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
It's a bit twitchy with the
Scandinavian 4003.
LNAV. But it is a beautiful looking aircraft though. I'll give it that. It is a pretty bird. And let's see, what are we flying over now? Oh, and now we're descending. Jesus Christ.
United 955.
That's why you should use the autopilot. But it's very twitchy, the flight model. Like it's very easy in terms of elevator, and maybe I forgot something. I need to double check. I don't think so though. Should be fine.
Scandinavian 4003 expedite speed reduction to 250
yeah, we flew over my
knots.
hometown, I think.
Wilco, Scandinavian 4003.
Scandinavian 4003 climb and maintain flight level 180.
Okay, 10,000
Climb
feet.
and maintain flight level 180. Scandinavian 4003.
We've been continuing to get higher and higher clearances, that's good. We can go to standard. But yeah, apart from the twitchy flight model, it does seem to work, generally speaking. But yeah, it's definitely not...
Scandinavian 4003 climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180.
We're
Scandinavian
still descending.
4003.
Oh, it's because it wanted to speed up. It will probably work better when I go to autopilot now, because it's gonna be able to react better. Having me twitch it around, it's not probably the best for the aircraft. And are we flying over Uppsala now, or am I... this is Uppsala, yeah. And I used to live down there. A very nice place. Where I went to law school. And here you have the highway down to Stockholm. A bit funny flying from Arlanda with a Finnish flag, domestic Swedish route. I wonder what the passenger must have thought, because this was the livery that was used. But maybe they didn't think too much of it. But okay, it's looking good. So far so good. Did we forget any lights? This high intensity, is this the strobe? Let me actually have a look. High in lights 717. Strobe lights. Yes,
Scandinavian
that's the strobe lights.
4003 climb and maintain flight level 240.
All of these light and their different
Climb
naming
and maintain
conventions
flight level
run me
240.
or drive me crazy.
Scandinavian
But at least we learned something now.
4003.
So that's the strobe light. And the city looks pretty okay. It's a bit too whitish, but we're not gonna complain. And this is the beautiful FS scenery photo reel. So works pretty well. Okay, we're continuing to get higher clearances. We'll be reaching our top of descent. No clue actually when. Let's have a look here. Increase maybe. Yeah, okay. In about 150 nautical miles. So it's gonna take a bit of time. But I think everything else is looking pretty ready. Did we forget anything though? Like, is there anything with the hydraulics? No, those are on. This transition auxiliary one. Maybe I shouldn't have put those on. But that's fine, I don't think it matters. APU is of doesn't affect anything. RAM air. Don't think we need that technically, right? At least not since we're climbing further and further up. Nothing here. I mean, it's probably just me flying a very abruptly, to be honest. Let's decrease. We haven't seen anything on the weather radar though, so I'm a bit surprised. No, nothing being caught, but maybe that's a good thing. But yeah, apart from that little incident with the throttle and a bit of a twitchy flight model, I think it went pretty well. But I guess also coming from the 777 and then flying this as your next flight is maybe not the best idea. It's not gonna handle really the same, right? But this aircraft is a beauty. That's that there's no denying. And this livery is just super cool. I'm gonna take some nice thumbnails. So I have some options. Maybe I can find like a really nice one with some of these artsy,
Scandinavian 4003 climb and maintain flight level 280.
angles.
Climb and maintain flight level 280. Scandinavian 4003.
Yeah, we're just continuing to getting higher and higher clearances, so that we are happy for. But it's a very beautiful livery, and the aircraft itself is also very nice. It just looks good in the sim. With the PBR, it just works. Let's put it that way. Okay, this was actually pretty nice. Like that in the middle. And then we do our sniping tool.
Scandinavian 4003 expect the RNAV approach to runway 30 with the Oslov transition at our Östersund
Almost
airport.
looks realistic, right, with the photo reel.
Expect
and
the nav approach to
a
runway
very good looking
30
aircraft.
with the Oslov transition Scandinavian 4003.
Okay, so we are expecting the RNAV approach instead of the VR approach. Don't think that changes too much. Flight plan, right? And now we need to figure out how you do this.
We just checked the RTAT.
Okay, so if you want to change that one, where do you go? Do you go to the first point here? Yeah. And it's the RNAV one, it's gonna be R30, right? And then with the Oslav transition, we're doing the Osla. Let me see which one we are actually doing. Osla 6F, yeah, that's fine. With the Oslo transition, okay, so that's cool. So then we can just fly like this. I'm gonna have a quick look at our flight plan. I don't know how to fly Arna with this one or how capable it is in that regard. From a simulation standpoint, but maybe it doesn't really matter. Let me see, RMP 30. Our minimums are gonna be 1650. So pretty high. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. 420. Okay, 1650 should work, right? And yeah, that should be fine. Okay, we have a bit of time to go before we reach our top of climb, so I'm gonna put on the nice cinematic feature. Kind of like to use that, I haven't done so in a while. And that should give us some very nice views of the aircraft. Let's see, I think it's coming in from the left now. And it's gonna come in on screen like that. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I'll give Chase Plane that. It's specifically when you have nice photoreal like the FS Scenery one. And then the nice cloudscape.
Oh, EVA 068, level 310.
EVA 068, hello, identified.
Okay. So I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and I'll be back in a jiffy.
EVA 68, request climb flight level 330.
EVA 068, climb flight level 330.
Thanks for leaving flight level 310, climbing 330, EVA 068.
Good evening, Thomas Cook 431, flight level 340, approaching Tugboat.
Thomas Cook 431, hello, air contact.
Yes sir, we start picking up like turbulence, so we're wondering if flight level 400 would be better.
Is the 3113, I need to rule at 400.
Negative, this is 3113.
Skytrail 6 November Romeo, no to rule at 400, and it could be available if you wish in few minutes.
So, is Booth 400?
Affirm traffic above you.
Oh, wonderful, yeah, we'll put a request for flight level 400 when it's available.
Stand by.
Good morning, Seabird 105, flight level 390.
Seabird 105, hello, identified.
Thank you.
Scandinavian 4003 descend to cross Oscar Sierra Lima Alpha Victor at or above flight level 200, then descend via the OSLA 6 Foxtrot arrival with the Oslov transition to 3,600 feet. QNH is 1012, at our Ostersund Airport.
Will cross Oscar Sierra Lima Alpha Victor at or above flight level 200, then descend via the Oslo 6 Foxtrot arrival with the Oslav transition to 3,600 feet. QNH is 1012, Scandinavian 4003.
Victor 3113.
Skydraw 6 November Romeo now, 132, 865, 400 will be available in 2 up to 3 minutes.
132, 865 for Bucharest for Skydraw 6 November Romeo. Thank you very much.
Welcome to Liberty 360 370.
Figure Liberty 62 air contact.
Good morning, Emirates 164, flight level 350.
Emirates 164, hello, 25.
Hello, it's Emirates 10 Super with you, flight level 410, direct to Arctic.
Emirates 10, hello, 25.
Kilo, Victor, level 370, Mount Victor.
Turkish 6 Kilo Victor, hello, 25.
Radar Emirates 224, good morning, within flight level 350.
Emirates 224, 25.
Good morning, Coast Turkish 3 Sierra November, maintain level 350.
Turkish 3 Sierra November, identified.
Code leaving Sharma Gate Romeo Alpha, descending flight level 250 from Southern.
Shark Gate, Gate Romeo Alpha, Shannon, good evening, radar contact, track, single 10 flight level 100.
Continuing 10 flight level 100 Sharma Gate Romeo Alpha.
Ukraine International 232, good morning.
Ukraine International 232, good morning. Squawk 1171, confirm flight level.
Squawk 1171, level 350, CPLC.
Ukraine International 232, radar contact, continue to Dogal, cleared from Dogal to Liffey.
The Dogal lift Ukraine International 232.
Hey, firm, advise if you want to level 6.
Fully on ready for level 6, maintaining 350 presently.
Roger.
Good morning, Samon 76, Hotel Juliet, climbing 90 inbound to well.
Shamrock 76 Hotel Juliet, hello again, red contact, what's your requested level?
Request level 210, Samon 76 Hotel Juliet.
Shamrock 76 Hotel Juliet, climb flight level 210 direct to them.
I'm level 210 direct to dash, Samon 76 Hotel Juliet.
Contact, Quebec.
132515, thank you, bye-bye, Santos, to Quebec.
Diary 2456, flight level 380, Mike decimal 78.
Easy 2456, good morning,
Altitude.
and proceed to Abbott.
Free speed direct Abbott, easy 2456. Flight great, just confirm direct Abbott, 32456.
Correct.
Roger, thanks.
Good, all 04, clear the weather. And I'll see one for thank you, navigation, direct this time.
Both final on 04.
C85, contact 128 to less than 160, goodbye.
128 160, Tom Jet 38, Mike, good day.
Let's see. Okay, now it worked. Goddamn. I noticed my mic. So basically what I was saying before I noticed my mic wasn't working was that apparently maybe I missed the VNAV descent point, and that's why it's been pushed forward, but we should definitely start descending now, and that's why I went with vertical. We're probably gonna descend a bit quicker with that. But then also that, let me see what we got. So they actually want us to be pretty high, which I don't understand. They want us to be at Oslo at or above flight level 200. And then from Oslo they want us to descend to 3600. It might work, but it seems a bit risky. But let's see if we can make it work. I hope my mic is working now at least. But I guess I'll notice once I look at the footage. Let's have a look on the outside. How's it looking? We still have autogen here, that's nice. Some annoying clouds. Not a big fan of that. I think if you're buying photoreal, the clouds should not appear on the photoreal. But that's just my opinion. In terms of the QNH, I'm already gonna set it just because at least usually it's possible to have the pilot ADC kind of accommodates it, so there's no reason not to change it. I think the transition altitude is probably 5,000, might be higher though. 6,000, so not that much higher. What else do we need to check? What are these brightness? Oh, these are actually for the screens. That's nice. I've always wondered how you got them a bit brighter, but now I've found the solution. And that helps a bit with seeing things on them. But one thing I wanted to check is B717 RNAV approach. Let me see.
Altitude.
Control, Thomas Cook 58 Sierra Hotel, request right, heading 310, initially, to avoid weather.
Okay, I guess there's specific RMPs, right? But this one should be able to do RNAV.
Control, good morning, Turkish 4 heavy, ship heading 080 for duration.
Turkish 4 is identified, hello, and that's copy, sir. Report when able for...
Okay, now we're 20,000. They want us to stay at 20,000 for... I still don't see this. Descend via the Oslo fixed fire without transition. And... to 3,600 feet. Oslo at or above. Then descend via the transition. Doesn't make any sense.
We go 100 Echo, direct to Lomé.
I think we should follow what it says here. So I'm gonna put it into prof mode. And I'll let this one kind of do the descent. I mean, ultimately it's... let me see, how does it go? Aviate, navigate, communicate, right? Something like that. So, aviate comes first. So we're gonna do that. And not trust blindly the input from the ATC. Let's actually have a look. How does the interior look? It's pretty basic. Maybe kind of the same level as the MD-11 though, which is I guess a bit sad, but so be it. But there's too much of these, you know, clouds on the ground. I don't like that at all, actually. But okay, not the end of the world. Could be worse. At least there's more autogen now than it used to be. At least I think so. Let's see once we land at Öresund how it looks. If we go to plan mode, and the only reason why I'm doing it because I have a really hard time following how this one is gonna be flown. Okay, so we're going Deagle, we're flying Oslav. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so it is the right one. But then the idea is... Oh, and do we have an alternate one, or...? from the Eagle. No, this is still the correct one. Okay. It should be fine. It's just I who is a bit uncertain about what the flight plan actually entails. But I think it'll be fine. We can go back to map, traffic, and that is on. We only have a Beechcraft flying here somewhere. I don't think anywhere close to our vicinity. So we should be fine. We can put traffic back on.
Eurotrans 1239er descend level 250 level by updraft.
Sorry, 1239er again?
Eurotrans 1239er descend flight level 250 level by updraft.
Should be good. Have we forgotten anything? I don't think so. Do we want to put in the VR maybe? Ah, we don't need to, right? That's just additional hassle. We should soon reach our descent point here. It's still about 20 nautical miles to Oslo from here, and now we are like 55 nautical miles from the airport. So if it would be 35 at 20,000, that's way too much. Yeah, we have to follow the suggested descent path. I think that's for certain.
5510, Thomas Cook 129.
Let me have a look at that thing. I'm gonna clean up some files. Don't need these, I think. Yeah, we can delete those. Then we can empty our recycling bin a bit. Okay. Oh, and we are not descending. That is not good. Why are we not descending? Because the active flight plan wants us to be at 20,000 at Oslo.
Osprey 135510, you're trans 46 uniform. Good night.
Oh, wait, what is it recommending? And then... Am I blind or am I missing something? Let me have a look here. This is what we're supposed to be flying. So what's the RNAV? We should be at flight level 10,000 at Oslo. I must have done something wrong. I'm gonna start descending myself whilst we figure it out. Better not fight the aircraft. Okay, so potentially I have messed something up. Okay, so star. Can we insert that? Yeah, I think it's just being more and more messed up, this whole. Let's see if we can just maybe delete.
Mike Zulu, flight level 380, we are approaching Mapple.
Sonic 89, Mike Zulu, identified directed Godos and...
Not allowed.
Direct Godos, we're probably going to be looking to go right, almost 30 degrees for weather.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Thank you, sir.
Because I'm not understanding how this is working. We should be flying this from Oslo. I think maybe what's happened is that let me see now. Okay, here we go. Oslo D142 FD30, right? Does that align with what we should have?
Trans 120 identified. What's your requested level?
We are way too high. We need to get down to 3,600. If we're gonna pull this off, I think it's time to bring in the big guns, speed brake, increase our descent rate to 3,000.
Good morning, Comsu, Atlas 5, Mike Alpha on
And to actually control the speed ourselves.
Jet 5, Mike Alpha, control identified.
Thank you.
Whilst I try to figure out... Oh, let's connect my EFB because that one is losing power. So runway 30. Yeah, we connected my Samsung tablet. Okay, we're descending relatively abruptly now. I'm trying to understand this RNAV. Yeah, because we should be flying to 690 actually. We're flying the wrong, that's the thing. So we should be doing a direct to that. Exactly, now we have the right flight plan, so that's why we're getting all the wrong inputs. So let's see, we should be at 6,000. There we have the airport.
Stabilizer motion.
So we have quite a bit of descending to do. Yeah, okay, the lights we can put back on. Back on with the seatbelt signs. We let the PAX know that we're descending. We are passing 10,000 feet, so that's why we put the lights on. Speed brakes are fully extended. We want to slow down quite a bit. I didn't even check. So in terms of our approach, we can do flaps 40, I think. VREF 128, yeah, that's fine. We are descending, but we're still above. So let me actually decrease this one. So at 691, we should already be at 3,600. Yeah, we are really behind this aircraft, let's put it that way.
Scandinavian 4003 contact Ostersund Tower approach on 130.9er.
We might make this, but it's gonna be a bit tight. Thank God it's nimble enough for these kind of maneuvers. Maybe its flight model is actually in our favor this time.
Approach
But let's see.
Scandinavian 4003, inbound 4 and AVE approach runway 30.
Inbound
Scandinavian 4003 continue approach and call when established on final.
Will call when established on final Scandinavian 4003.
I guess we can fly the rest of this visually. I'm gonna turn off the thrust. Put that to 0, we'll take manual control of it. Or sorry, we don't wanna press that, we wanna...
Scandinavian 4003 expedite speed reduction to 250 knots.
Wilco, Scandinavian 4003.
Oh, and now we sped up like crazy.
Clear for an AVE approach runway 30.
I guess it
Call when
makes
established on final.
sense.
Clear for an AVE approach
So we're
runway
just
30.
oh, what happened to our speed brake?
4003.
Where did they go? Okay, now we have our speed brake. Okay, and I was gonna say how nice this aircraft has been behaving, but of course,
Scandinavian
always something that is
4003,
missed.
you are 11 nautical miles southeast of the airport.
Let's arm that.
QNH is 1012.
Add some
Cleared direct
flaps.
Oscar Sierra Lima Alpha Victor, then
Drop
cleared for the
landing
ANAV
gear.
approach to runway 30 with the OSLAV transition at our Ostersund Airport.
Yeah, let's get that landing
QNH is
gear.
1012.
Okay.
Cleared direct Oscar Sierra Lima Alpha Victor, then cleared for the ANAV approach to runway 30 with the OSLAV transition at our Ostersund Airport, Scandinavian 4003.
Yeah, okay, it seems like we got, I guess we're on the tower approach. So let's say establish on final.
Stabilizer motion. Autopilot.
Yeah, let's take control of this bird. Scandinavian 4003, established on final.
Scandinavian 4003 winds are tree 45 and 3 knots.
We almost
cleared to
stalled
land
there.
runway tree 0.
Cleared to land
and now we
runway
need
30.
this because we need to
Scandinavian
press
4003.
Okay, all things considering, we managed to salvage this, but this could have been done way smoother. That's the annoying part with some of these, that it could have been just the way I pressed it. Maybe I need to have a look at how the FMC works, but it feels like, you know, I was getting the wrong the wrong setup there, right? It was like I was adding a star upon a star, which is not really what you want to do, right? What is the winds here? Variable at 1 knot, so we shouldn't really have any crosswind component. That's good, at least. At least once we get lower. But I'm not a big fan of this. Need to get used to this one's handling characteristics. Okay, let's see now. Speed-wise, we're looking okay. Maybe we can add a bit more thrust. We're looking okay in terms of our approach. We could also look a bit better. We have some nice photo reel with autogen here, so that's at least nice. Adding a bit more thrust. I feel like we're relatively stable. Not too high, not too low. So we should be able to pull this off. Even though we had to go a bit crazy there. I wonder why the speed brakes though decided to quit on me, but maybe it's just how they're supposed to act. So could have just been me who did something wrong. But yeah, some mistakes on that approach and setting up the FMC. I'll take the blame for that, but it happens in the flight sim world, specifically if you're like flying. Continue if you like flying a bunch of different, and we don't want to do any. But I don't know what's going on with this flight model though. It's awful. 400. 300.
200. 100.
Like maybe I forgot the yaw dampener. Could that be it?
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Number 40, number Sierra, use speed 160, maintain performance.
Okay.
Bank angle.
Yeah, bank angle. Okay, we're braking. Should be fine. But yeah, did I forget maybe yaw dampener? Could that be in it? I need to have a look. That would be hilarious though. That would explain why this bird was extremely more difficult to fly than I remember. But that would have been a warning, wouldn't it? Stabilizer trim, maybe a bit out of place, but nothing crazy.
France 22 Alpha Romeo, à droite cap 200, motorisé ILS 22. À droite le cap 200,
But yeah, it was really not fun to fly this bird. It felt very unstable. The landing though was like pretty fine. Well, let's have a look at that replay and see how it acts. Because I don't know why, but it really felt like we had like a wind or something, you know, acting upon the aircraft. But I think it was just something off.
Arrival, I'll be 22 with you.
So who knows? Who knows? Scandinavian 4003, ready to taxi.
Scandinavian 4003, there is no ground control at this airport. Let us know if you need taxi instructions.
Tower, Scandinavian 4003.
Scandinavian 4003, taxi to park via Golf, Foxtrot.
Taxi to park via Golf, Foxtrot, Scandinavian 4003.
Okay, let's find somewhere to put this bird. It's pretty nice. This is freeware, assumed, so it's not payware, but it's still pretty good looking. Almost on par with some payware ones, unfortunately for those payware. And look at that, we have some birds. That's always nice to see. Maybe not an airport though, right? Did I? Oh, I guess you can park from two different directions. Okay, that's fine. Makes sense. Okay, we can go to idle thrust, and we can start braking. We'll put in the parking brakes. We should have APU. We just need to put the generator on, the air one on. Open there. We can shut here. And as we shut, we can close pilot to ADC. And we can then have a look at the replay. We can also have a look here at Luke Air Tool 28609er. Okay, fine by me. Now we can close that. But yeah, something was going on. I'm just gonna have a quick look in case. Did I miss something? Does this, for example, have a specific yaw dampener? Because it could have made sense that I feel like some of these aircraft handle a bit differently without. But no. These I put on. Seat belts, nothing here. Nothing up here. Anything here? No. Up here. Here would be the hydraulics. Nope. I don't know. Maybe it's just that I haven't flown this one for a while, so I forgot that it's a bit twitchy, which maybe makes sense. But it just felt so different from flying, let's say, the DC-9 or any of these other McDonnell Douglas's birds. Okay, let's do 360. Maybe a bit too far back. We can do 320. Yeah, this should work. Yeah, pretty okay scenery. I like the fact that there's a lot of trees. And that it's one specific variant, which makes sense. This is kind of how it looks. I guess it's not only one variant of trees, but it's very limited, right? You're not gonna have the trees with leaves. It's gonna be more like a spruce, I guess, and then what's the other? Pine trees. Yeah, those are the common types. Yeah, look at this. Maybe I was going crazy, but maybe I was adjusting too much. Let's have a look once we get closer to land. But it felt like it was so twitchy. Well, now it just looks like me trying to... But I guess I was just trying to get it to land correctly, but yeah. That looks really crazy, man. But I felt like I had a real big delay with my inputs, so I don't know what was going on. But okay, I mean, we managed to land, everything went well, it wasn't too bad. Maybe a bit back and forth there with the wings, but you know, that can happen. We arrived safely, all landings we can walk away from are good landings. So yeah, let's wrap it up there. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And otherwise, thank you again, and as always, for watching, and bye bye.